Hello and happy Sunday. This is Kelly with IfYouHaveAnEgg.com, and today is Sunday, September the 19th, and it was a strange day in Tennessee. So there is no baby yet. Well, I mean, there's a baby, but she hasn't had her yet. So if y'all have been following Wwe Watch 2021, the baby is not here yet. I'm going to get caught up with you all so I can see what you are saying. Whoa, that's so loud. That is so loud from where John and I took our trip today. We'll talk about our trip here in just a second, but in case you have been watching Wwe Watch or Baby Watch 2021, Casey is still pregnant. Bo is not here yet. Sorry, I'm trying to adjust my shirt. Anyway, Bo is not here yet, but it's going to be any day. So yeah, hello Stacy. So we had a near miss on Friday, and everybody has had their fire drill ready. We're all packed and ready to go. Grandparents at the ready. Hello Myrna and hello Sandra from Dingman's Ferry. But we are all ready to go. So let's just say that next time when it is really go time, we are all ready to go. And hello, Orlando Debbie. So I will keep everybody posted as we go along. Casey is feeling great. She's going to go ahead and go on maternity leave from here at Casey Kitchen Center. Hello, Mary Ann from Pennsylvania. But she will still be doing our lives. Hello, Elaine. She'll still be doing the chats for us. She will be putting these on YouTube, even when she has Bo, you know, because I'm going to keep her working. But she is feeling great. Hello, Linda from Rock Island, Illinois. Thank you for everyone who has checked on her. She's feeling great. Bo's still moving and kicking and you know, kicking and shaking. And hello, Trish. It's good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. But yeah, she is moving around and she is giving her mommy grief. Hello, Evie. So she's ready. She's ready to head this way, I think. Yeah, so it could just be any day. So remember, and hello, Myra. Oh, Myra's finally back on WW. That's awesome. Hello, Marlene. So remember, when I get the call, I'm hitting the road, okay? So I know I'm just here in Knoxville, but and hello, Carol Lou. So no baby yet, but when she calls, I will be gone. So just be prepared. If I suddenly disappear, you'll know where I have gone. So I have prepared 3 to 5 more weeks. She's not going to make it 5 more weeks, but I have prepared 3 to 5 weeks of non-perishable food chats for you all. Hello, Betty Ann. So that I don't have to worry about somebody coming and cleaning out the refrigerator, you know, when it's time, or anything like that. And yes, I have made sure that all of my coffee options are ready. Hello, Vicki from St. Louis. So you all know we talked about coffee last week. But anyway, just a quick check-in. I wanted to let you know that the baby is not here yet. So Wwe Watch 2021 is still going on. And yes, Orlando Debbie said, moving and shaking just like her sister. So Orlando Debbie, we've decided this one is going to be the troublemaker. She is more active. And that's weird. Carol Lou said she's getting a message that this video is moderated. I don't know by who. It would just have to be me, I guess, because I don't have anybody else invited. Hello, Marlene from Florida. So I don't know what that's about. But anyway, so I don't know. Maybe it's because I keep saying baby, baby, baby. Maybe it's because I've said baby so many times. But anyway, so Baby Watch is still going on. Again, I have prepared 3 to 5 weeks of non-perishable food things. So if you came for the cooking, sorry, we're not going to be cooking because I can't really go to the grocery store and buy anything knowing that I am on call to go. And hello, Roberta from Imperial, Missouri. It is good to see you. So a little bit of news. But it is still Baby Watch. We are going to talk instead of cooking for the next couple of weeks. Hello, Sherry. And I did want to make sure that everybody saw that WW. Oh, hello, Joanna from Miami. It's good to see you. Oh, first of all, hello, Sherry. If you are brand new, please let us know. If you're brand new to our live chats, even if you're not new to WW, if you're brand new to our live chats or you've never said hello before, please go ahead and say hello and let us know who you are and where you're from, because we love to welcome new people. Now, back to some news. I don't know if you all scroll down far enough on your app when you get into your WW app. And thank you, Carol Lou. Yeah, so Carol Lou gets this. Yeah, makes some people nervous, but this shirt should not make you nervous. This is because of our coffee chat last week. But anyway, so I don't know how far you all go on, and hello, Lynn. I don't know how far down you all go on your app when you're looking, but I wanted to make sure that everybody saw that WW is having a 20% off sale on their breakfast gadgets. So, and hello, Kathy from Ohio. I miss seeing you all. I just realized how much I miss seeing you all on Sunday afternoons. Oh well, we'll have to figure that out sometime. But I want to make sure that you, yeah. Oh, yep. And Joanna just made dinner in the Instant Pot. Awesome. That is yummy. And Mary is from Albany, Indiana. Hello. And Betty Ann has one of these shirts. Awesome. But they have, so WW is having a sale, a 20% off sale on their breakfast thing. So there is an egg cooker in there in case you haven't seen that. There are a lot of breakfasty type things, you know, in there. So I wanted y'all to check that out because I don't know how often you all scroll all the way down. And hello, Tag from Buffalo, New York. I don't know how often you all scroll down, or if you're looking at WW on the computer, if you scroll all the way down, or if you go over to shop at the top, you can find those. But here is what they said. The breakfast sale is get 20% off of select breakfast products in the promos and offers category page only when you enter the promo code breakfast. So if you want that 20% off on the WW app, so you can either go on your WW app or you can go on the website and you can get that 20% off using code breakfast, exactly as shown. Yeah, it has the directions on there too when you click, but that is only through the 25th. So I wanted to make sure of this month. So I wanted to make sure that you all knew about that sale. Also, don't forget that filter feature. I know a lot of y'all have been using that. That's the one that Gwen showed us on our apps, how to filter. If you're going to be dining out, if you're looking for a recipe, you know, or whatever, you can go through and filter those items. So you can filter them by points. You can filter them by food categories. So you can filter like gluten-free, vegetarian, vegan, you know, things like that. So that you can, you know, so you can filter in or out the things that you do or do not want. Okay. And this month is still September, and we are still talking about obstacle breakthroughs. So we are talking about overcoming obstacles, you know, identifying them, overcoming them, and busting on through. And hello, Kathy from Iowa. So in continuing talking about obstacles, who last week sat their bottom in a little chair. So if you're new, we do thumbs ups on the live chat, or if you're watching this later on YouTube, it's just youtube.com. Search If You Have an Egg. You can do the thumbs up emoji there. But if you're watching with us live, do a thumbs up if you got to sit your bottom in a little chair. Ours were still white chairs, and they're always going to be white chairs. And Linda had her bottom in a green chair. Linda, do you have any idea how many weeks it is? So I'm just curious because Linda lets me know every single week that she has her bottom in a chair. So Linda, do you have any idea how many weeks in a row you have had your bottom in a chair? Because I'm just curious because we missed so long. And hello, Mary from Ontario, Canada. We missed so many weeks that I lost count because it had only been a handful of weeks that I didn't have my bottom in a chair until the pandemic. But thumbs ups if you sat your bottom in a chair last week at an actual WW workshop, or if you attended a Zoom workshop, give me a thumbs up. And I'm just interested, how many of you, so don't do a thumbs up for this one, but just give me just shout out, just let me know. And Marianne sat in a green chair too. So let me know how many of you who actually attended, and hello Alicia, who actually attended a Zoom meeting last week. So who went to a Zoom workshop last week? So just type that in the comments if you went to a Zoom workshop last week, because I just wanted to ask you a quick question about that. But it looks like lots of y'all had your bottoms in chairs or attended Zoom workshops last week. Okay, and Myra doesn't have a meeting anywhere near her. And Kathy is going to try to get her bottom in a chair this week. That is awesome. That is so awesome. Okay, so lots of thumbs ups. And Lynn went to 3. Okay, Lynn, just out of curiosity, do you mind to say which 3 Zoom workshops you went to? Or which one of them was your favorite? Because I know there are lots of people that are still looking for Zooms. Marianne, same thing. Tag, same thing. If you went to a Zoom, and hello Leslie from Edmonton, Alberta, she went Zooming. So for all of you who went Zooming, Leslie, Marianne, Lynn, Tag, I think it was Tag that said she went Zooming too. So if you all, and of course Trish Zooms. Trish is she's like a Zoom queen. So you all let me know, let me know where you Zoomed. So what your favorite Zoom workshops are, because there are an awful lot of people who either their physical workshops have closed, they can't find one that's too far to drive, they haven't opened back up yet. So I know a lot of people have been asking about the Zoom workshops. And hello Linda. Okay, so other Linda says, I have not missed a meeting that has been available since 2017. Her workshop was closed from March 2020 until June 2020. But other than that, she has not missed having her bottom in a chair. She's serious about this bottom in a chair thing, okay? So we all need to pay attention to that now that we can, a lot of us can put our bottoms back in chairs. And Mary says they closed her WW meeting. I'm so sorry, Mary. That's why it's so important that we know what some of your favorite Zoom meetings are. Okay, so Tag went to Gwen's is that the one that's on Thursday? And then she went to 3 virtual meetings and she's trying different coaches. And she said, so far, some are better than others. That's exactly right. That is exactly right. So I think you all are going to find that too. But I will just say that Gwen's is always going to be the best. So not that I'm biased or anything. Okay, Trish went to the Leviton, New York, Sunday at 6:30 a.m. Eastern, and Tustin, California. Yeah, sorry, I ran all that together at 11:30 Pacific Standard Time. So you all pay attention in the comments to some of these Zoom meetings that are rolling by. I think it's very, 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 very important. I can't tell you how important it is that you connect. And I'm not just copying WW's term, but I can't tell you how important it is that you connect with other like people. Since we have been back to in-person workshops, I am now at a little over 11 pounds back down. Hello, Rita. I'm serious. It's extremely important that you connect with other WWers, other like-minded people, okay? So whether it's here with us on Sunday nights, whether it's at a Zoom workshop, whether it is at, hello, Rita, again, whether it is, again, with us on Sunday nights, if it is with people in your own town, if it is at your regular WW workshop. Hello, John from Home Base. You're a little late, buddy. What were you doing? You're tired from all the camper getting, which I forgot to tell y'all about that. I'll tell y'all about that in just a second. But anyway, it's extremely important. So just getting back to my regular workshop, I'm serious, I've lost over 11 pounds, since we've been back. It's so important that you connect. Okay, so it's thumbs ups for everybody that has been to an in-person workshop or has gone to a Zoom workshop. Oh, wait, hold on. So Trish has breaking news. She says the New York meeting is the best, that Coast the best. Well, it can't be better than Gwen. But anyway, so it must be the second best. And she said Coach Stephanie K did several in New York during the week to check for her schedule. So I think that is fantastic. And yay, thank you, Rita. So I love being part of your meeting. But I just highly encourage you all, so join us here on Sunday nights. Go to your regular workshop if you can. If you don't have one, please, please, please find another Zoom meeting or come visit us on Sunday nights. Okay, that said, so it was thumbs ups for in-person workshops or for Zoom workshops, or if you were here with us live last week, let's see some hearts. Or if you watched us later on demand, again, you can watch on Facebook on demand because this starts playing again as soon as we're done, like within moments of when we're done on Sunday nights, this starts playing again. So you can watch it or listen to it as many times as you want to. If you, if you watch it on Zoom, if you watch this on YouTube, it's just youtube.com, search If You Have an Egg. You can listen to it. It's a great thing to listen to in the car or while you're exercising. Please do not watch the YouTube while you're driving. Just saying. You shouldn't YouTube and drive, but let's do some thumbs or some hearts for watching with us live last week, or for watching later on YouTube or on Facebook. Oh, and Lynn went to one with a lady named Christina in Columbus, Ohio, and then went to the one with Gwen on Thursday night, and she went to one somewhere else. Hold on, I've got to expand this a little bit. In Kingswood, Texas, and she loves Gwen's and the one with Christine B. So if y'all don't have a Zoom to go to, if you don't have a physical workshop and don't have a Zoom to go to, pay attention. So go back and read the comments. And if you're watching this later, go back and read the comments because you've had some great suggestions on other Zoom meetings to attend. Okay, so here are your Bravo stickers. So there are your Bravo stickers. And I believe so. So Kathy, I think you have to do, so when you're in studio, I believe you have access to that. So Kathy has a great question. She said, when you're in studio, do you also get access to the Zooms? We do, but we are in an area where it's a WW franchise. Maybe Mindy will join us here in just a few minutes. If anybody else knows, I know there's a digital plus package. Like if you are digital only, there's some kind of a digital plus package. I can't remember what it's called, but Mindy knows if she's here, what that is called, so that you have access to all of the Zooms. Or just be here with us on Sunday nights. Okay, so those are your Bravo stickers for attending. Really quickly, I want to tell you all, John and I don't have enough to do with another grandbaby on the way. We drove to, or he drove, I rode, Dusty and I rode, to North Carolina today to pick up a vintage camper. So I'm seriously hoping that Barbara will be on here at some point to hear this. Barbara, it's a vintage camper. So you're going to start seeing pictures of campers again, okay? Because Barbara's like she's not really upset, but she's kind of upset because we are not at the loft anymore. And so she can't see. At the loft, we had all of our little collectible campers up top, and she's missing those. But anyway, so it's a 1980. And so a 1980 is vintage, but I guess so because that's more than 20 years old. Actually, it's more than 30 years old, right? No, how old would that be? 1980, 40 years old? Anyway, somebody do the math for me. But it's a 1980, and John will have to tell you all about it if you're interested in campers. Okay, so for those of you who joined late, no baby yet. And Myra is asking if she's digital only, can she get to a Zoom? There is a special kind of digital, and we'll have to see if Mindy is here or if somebody else that knows is here. I think it's called Digital Plus or something like that. Digital Plus or whatever. Oh, wow, Joanna, so it's 40 to 42 years old. That's awesome. Okay. Totally lost my train of thought. Yeah. Anyway, so we went to do that. Myra's asking about digital, about going to Zoom meetings. So yeah. Oh yeah. And if you are new to us, or if you were a little bit late getting here, there is no baby yet. I'm just going to remind you real quick. We are on Bow Watch 2021. So I have planned 3 to 5 chats that do not involve food. Sorry if you came for the recipes, but I have planned 3 to 5 that do not involve food in case our attention is needed. And I promise you, if we have to skip a chat, I will post where I normally post the chat topic. I will post that we are not having a chat because of baby. So, okay, so I've got 3 to 5 coming. Okay, so this month's theme is still breaking through obstacles. So we are breaking through these obstacles. We're finding them, addressing them, facing them, and we are breaking through them. And last week we were talking about emotional eating. Y'all got super quiet. Okay, you were chatty during the chat, but then when it was time to do your homework, you all got super quiet when it came to emotional eating. I don't know if it's because we didn't want to talk about it. I don't know if it's because we didn't want to admit it. I'm not sure what happened, but not very many of you did your homework last week. And Very Pregnant Casey made you a super cute badge, okay, for last week. So you can't get your badge unless you do your homework. But what we were talking about last week is that having feelings and actually admitting that you have feelings there's nothing wrong with you. Actually, it's okay to have feelings and to express the fact that you have feelings. So we've been training to do this our entire lives. So since we were infants, if you were upset, if you were crying, mom stuck a bottle in your mouth, or fed you. Skin knees, you got a lollipop or a sucker or something like that. So we've been training to do this our entire lives. What we talked about last week for your homework, though, was to take 5 minutes. And that was any time that you had any feeling. And again, it didn't have to be a bad feeling. It didn't have to be just overwhelmed, sad, mad, irritated, something like that. It could be happy, it could be excited, but you were to take 5 minutes and actually set a timer for 5 minutes. And remember last week we accidentally set someone's Apple Watch because I said the words, and I'm not going to say them tonight, but I said the words, and someone's Apple Watch actually set a timer for 5 minutes during the chat. But anyway, so you were going to stop, set a timer for 5 minutes, whether you actually set a physical timer, looked at the clock, whatever it was, and set a timer for 5 minutes to wait and then see. And if you wanted whatever food it was after the 5 minutes, you were going to decide after the 5 minutes, do you still want whatever it was that you were headed to eat, or could you move on and do without it? So your homework was #take 5 minutes. Let's see how you did. Again, not a lot of you all did it. There's still time. I still have free badges, virtual badges to hand out. So go ahead and do it. Okay, so last week, Melinda said that she was going to be thinking about last week's chat as she has opportunities to stop and wait 5 minutes this week and in the future. So she actually, by typing that out, that makes her, some percentage more likely to actually do it because she actually typed it. She actually wrote it out, said it out loud. That makes her infinitely more likely to go ahead and do that and to be thinking about that. Cindy was under a lot of stress and stopped for her favorite comfort food, but her 5 minutes was the ride home. So in between picking it up and getting home, she realized that she was using the comfort food, to kind of fill in that space for this stress. So she still wanted it when she got home, but instead of just inhaling all of it, she went ahead and split it as soon as she got home. She split it in half, put half of it in the refrigerator, and then ate the other half of it, which was twice as good or half as bad, however you want to look at it, as what she was headed to do. And then finally, this one's a funny one. Alyssa was so happy to be home with mom, and she was excited, after her trial baby run, because she got to come back to the pop-up. And all of the vendors were so happy to see her. So she was very excited. So she was happy that she was going home to see mom after a practice run on Bow Watch, and excited because she had on her mini dress, and all of the vendors for our pop-up were so excited to see her, and all of them were handing her gifts, including cookies. So when we got home, she wanted a cookie. Of course she can have a cookie. So mom and I gave her one cookie, and then she had a meltdown because I'm telling you, she was stressed out. So we had a trial run on Bow Watch. So she got shipped off to one grandparent, got to go on a field trip, then got shipped off to one grandparent. Then mom and dad were gone for a night, and then other grandma and grandpa were doing stuff, and it was just crazy, crazy, crazy. So she was stressed out, excited, happy. She had all the little 3.5-year-old emotions going on, and she had a meltdown wanting another cookie. So mom distracted her. So Casey distracted her and let her start helping to put together the double stroller. And Alyssa first of all, she did a fantastic job. She's 3.5. She did a fantastic job of figuring out which direction all the wheels went on and everything clicked in. And it distracted her long enough that, guess what? She forgot all about the cookies. So if it works for a 3.5-year-old, it works for us. So that was your homework for last week. Bravo to everyone who did their homework. I'll have to get Alyssa a sticker to do her homework because she didn't even know she was doing her homework. Okay, this week though, we're talking about controlling your schedule. So I'm the world's worst. I don't know about you, but I am the worst for time management. I mean, the worst. Before your feet hit the floor, how many of you, does this happen to you? Before your feet even hit the floor in the morning, you've got kids that need lunches packed. You've got dogs that are whining at the door to go out. You've got coworkers that are calling in sick that you're going to have to fill in for. Your schedule is blown and you haven't even gotten out of bed yet. So how many people does that happen to? Because it is me every single day. So I'm going to keep my hand raised while I'm waiting on you all. Okay, so today might be shot. So the day that happens, that might be shot. But we are going to do something about tomorrow, okay? So I'm the world's worst, and COVID, the pandemic, did not help me at all. So the handful of time management routines that I had developed for myself, and I'm talking, it was a teeny tiny handful, and Sandra's got her hand raised, a teeny tiny handful. But the morning walks that I enjoyed, Karen and I had been practicing on this for like a quarter of a century. I'm not kidding. 25 years we had been getting in morning walks. That was shot when the pandemic started. My midday lunch routine. Okay, so trying to get a midday routine worked out here at work. It was bad enough when we were on a normal schedule, but once the pandemic started, oh my gosh, it just became a midday stressor. Like a huge amount of stress. And Lynn says that thankful that doesn't happen because she's retired. Some of the retired people I know, they are some of the busiest people that I know. So I'm glad you have found a way to relax. But it finished killing my schedule. So we're going to check our schedules today. We're going to check our schedules tonight. I know it's kind of late for some of you all, but we're going to check our schedules and we're going to find some ways to squeeze in some time for our wellness and weight loss habits because we've got to do this, okay? Even if it's just 5 minutes. So let's think about this for just a second because we only have 6 minutes because I'm such a bad time manager. So in this 6 minutes, we're going to find a couple of ways. Hello, Gina. We're going to find a couple of ways to find some extra time, to squeeze some things into our schedule. So if you're a person who writes down your schedule, like if you say get up at 5, kids out the door by 7:30, blah, 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 whatever, you're going to go ahead and write that down like you normally do, and you're going to find some time to squeeze these in. If you're like me and you've got your time up here, even if you're not very good at it, but you have your time up here, you're just going to have to insert those little bits of time here. Or if you keep a digital calendar, go ahead and schedule these, okay? I'm serious. Pencil it in, or pencil it in, okay? We're going to do this. So if you can only find 5 minutes. So once you write down this schedule or you go over your schedule for tomorrow, if you can only find 5 minutes, maybe try a 5-minute headspace or one of the Active things on your app. So try one of those while your coffee's brewing, because if you're like us, it takes about 5 minutes for the coffee to brew. Or track your next meal during a commercial break. You could do that. You could track whatever the next meal is. You could squeeze 5 minutes in. There are 5 minutes of commercials, trust me, in every show. So you could squeeze that in. Or maybe you're going to take that 5 minutes to walk to pick up your office mail. So if you work at one end of a building, schedule 5 minutes in to walk to the other end of the building and pick up your office mail instead of waiting for it to be delivered. Or you can print to the farthest printer. So I've been trying to do that. I've been trying to print upstairs. So here at Casey Kitchen Center, I work downstairs. I've been trying to print to the upstairs printer so that I can squeeze in about 5 minutes a day of walking up to the printer, picking things up and coming back down, which may be helping with this 11 and something pound weight loss. Okay, if you can wiggle in 20 minutes, so you squirmed in 20 minutes somewhere, You could take a walk with a friend while the kids are at a sports practice or at dance class or something like that. You could find 20 minutes you could squeeze in 20 minutes to do that. You could wash and prep some veggies for the next day while dinner cooks. So if it's going to take dinner 20 minutes to cook, you could go ahead and wash and prep some veggies for the next day. Or you can make 3 containers of overnight oats, and then you'll have them for the next 3 mornings. It would only take you 20 minutes to make 3 mornings worth of breakfast, and then you'd be good to go if you can squeeze in the 20 minutes. But if somehow you found 60 minutes, if you found 60 extra minutes in your day, or a way to squeeze in, put 60 minutes in your day, turn off the TV and read a real book for 60 minutes. Gosh, how nice does that sound? Just to read a real book. Okay, or take the dog for a stroll and let your senses take in everything that you normally hurry by. I did that the other day. So we've been hurrying, we've been taking Dusty. Go, potty, hurry, go, 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 go. And if you've ever tried to get a 16-year-old cockapoo to go, go, go on demand, it doesn't work. But I took 60 minutes the other day, and I doodollied around and just wandered around downtown like we used to do. And it was so nice because I saw things I'd never seen. I probably sent John 8 or 10 pictures of things, new things that had popped up or shown up since the last time that we had walked around. Or if you have 60 minutes, here's an idea: take a nap. When was the last time you thought about taking an hour to take a nap? Okay, so your homework for this week is master your minutes. So it's hashtag master your minutes. And I want you to take this sentence and fill in the blank. So I want you to actually write it down this time. And look at me mastering my minutes and telling you your homework with 3 minutes left in the first half. So I actually want you to write this down. Okay, I hope you all can read that. Let me see. So I want you to write this down. So I took a note card and I wrote on here, on blank. So on a certain day or days, I will take, and thank you, Alicia, for sharing the homework, blank minutes. So you're going to fill in how many minutes there. So in the first blank, it's on blank. So that's the day or days. I will take blank, and that's how many minutes. It's 5, 10, 15, 20, 60, however many it's going to be, minutes, blank, and that's either before, during, or after. So if it's going to be, or between. So if it's going to be before something, so like before I get the kids ready, I'm going to do this, or between shows, or between work and going home, or whatever, or after, after work, or after I brush my teeth, or whatever, that's this one, to blank, to do something. And I'm serious, I want y'all to do your homework. This took me 3 seconds to do, so you only have to plan 3 seconds to write out this little card. So I'm going to go ahead and do my homework right now, and I'm going to say on Monday, which is tomorrow, because we want to be specific. So on Monday, I will take 5 minutes while in line to pick up Alyssa. I did not leave enough room for that, but while I'm in line, oh yeah, thank you, Alicia, for writing that out. So on Monday, I will take 5 minutes while in line to pick up Alyssa to listen to Headspace. I have never listened to a Headspace on the WW app, ever. How does that happen? Okay, so on Monday, so I've already done my homework, so I automatically get a badge, but on Monday, I will take 5 minutes while I'm in line to pick up Alyssa to listen to a Headspace. Okay, so my homework is done. How about your homework? So even very, very pregnant and imminently any day I'm going to have a baby, Casey is still making you all super cool badges. So you need to use them, okay? Pretty please, seriously. I mean, she works hard on those. So everybody get your homework done, and don't forget to tag me on Instagram. It's at IfYouHaveAnEgg. On Connect, it's the at symbol. If you have an egg, if it's here on the Facebook page, you can just do your homework and I will see it. Or if it's in our closed group, and yes, there'll be there, Sandra, it's about time to drink some water. Or if it's in our closed group, it's at Kelly Green Milligan and I will see it. Okay, whew. So we are at the halfway point and everybody promises. So everybody raise your hand and say, I solemnly swear, because Casey's pregnant and getting ready to have a baby, I solemnly swear to get my homework done this week, okay? So if she can get your badge done and still have a baby, y'all can do your homework, okay? It took me 3 seconds. 3 seconds to do that. Okay, if you are new, we switch at the halfway point, even though I am not cooking anything. Whoop, and Katie's already done. She's going to post it after the chat. So even though I am not cooking anything, oh, and look, Lynn's going to do her homework. Marianne's going to do her homework. Good job, girls. Maybe you'll get an extra baby sticker or something for doing your homework. But even though we are not cooking tonight, I'm still going to put on my apron so that Casey knows where to split these up. So if you're new, we have these, the chats get posted as YouTube videos so that you can go back and watch them and listen to them later. And they are, hold on, why is my, there we go. Okay, my microphone was not blinking. Anyway, so Casey posts these as YouTube videos so that you can watch or listen to them later. And that's just youtube.com. Oh, and Trisha's already doing hers. That is youtube.com. Search If You Have an Egg. And she splits these up. So if you're new or if you've been here for a while and if you don't have time to listen to the whole hour, because remember we're talking about taking back our schedules. So if you don't have time to listen to or watch the whole hour, then she splits these up so that you can just do the second half. You'll know when it's time for the second half because you'll see the apron. So also at the 30-minute mark, it is time for some water. So I'm very parched after riding to North Carolina with John to pick up this vintage trailer that's, well, I guess it is vintage because would y'all say, Joanna, I think, said it was 41 years old, almost 42 years old. That is kind of old. It's going to be super cool though. So everybody get some water. Dusty's exhausted from our ride too. He is sound asleep and he basically did nothing the entire way up there. So anyway, this is the second half of chat number 241. And we were just talking about mastering our minutes. So the extra credit portion, the second portion of tonight's chat, actually is helping me to master my minutes. So as we've been talking about, Casey is getting ready to have baby number 2. That's going to be grandbaby number 2 for John and I. And you all know us. We try to cram too many. We try to cram 8 pounds of sugar in a 5-pound bag. And if you don't know what that means, then I don't know, I'll have to explain it to you later. But we try to cram in too much in every day. So the extra credit for this week is to help some people who've been asking me, but also to help myself to remember that it's okay to control my schedule sometimes, to do some schedule controlling. So what we're going to talk about for the second half tonight, and again, I've got 3 to 5 weeks planned of non-perishable topics so that I don't have to worry about anybody cleaning out the refrigerator or anything getting, gross and needing to be thrown away. We're still eating, don't worry, we will still eat food, but I just can't, usually when we do the chats, it makes enough food to last for a couple of days, and who knows? I mean, there may be a phone call waiting on me when we get done. I don't know. Okay, so the extra credit for this week is titled WW 5 Ways. Okay, so I've been getting a lot of questions lately from successful longtime WW members that are either having trouble getting back on track because this last 18 months has been crazy for everybody. So whether it was because of the pandemic, whether it was because of a schedule change, if it was work, if it was overworking, underworking, being alone, being with too many people, whatever, whatever the situation has been, a lot of us have gotten off track in this last 18 months. And I'm talking people who have been on track for years. Okay. I had been at goal for, I think, 4 to 4.5 years before the pandemic hit. So it has messed a lot of us up. So the number one question though that I heard this week is, and actually I heard it a lot this week, and one of our local members in Gwen's physical group, people keep asking, which plan should I be on? So the plans are not new. This is not new. They've not changed anything so far this year. This is September. They've not changed anything. But I keep getting a lot of questions of, I don't know, I'm so messed up. I'm so messed up for the last 18 months. I don't know which plan to be on. I was on X, Y, or Z before, and I've tried to get back on that one, and it's just not working again. So, okay. Yeah, and Take says the struggle is real when our schedules are messed with. So true. Well, when it's messed with, when it's not planned, when we don't plan it. And this was usually our schedules get messed with for like a couple of days or a couple of weeks, not for 18 months. So a lot of us are having to rethink all of life. So I want to tell you that over the next few weeks, while we are still on Bow Watch 2021, so whether it's for a few days or for a few weeks, I'm going to help you realize that there are actually 5 WW plans. Okay, there are actually 5. So, and a lot of you are going, no, Kelly, there's 3. There are 3 WW plans. In my mind, there are 5, and I'm going to help you decide which one is right for you. So if you're confused or if you think I've lost my mind, hang on with me because my mind is not gone yet, okay? So it's not gone yet. If you're confused, let me explain what the 5 are. The first one is WW My Way Blue. So this is the plan that I think is most like freestyle. So if you were around, when freestyle was around, it was a breath of fresh air for a lot of people because it was freestyle. I mean, you could do, I don't want to say anything, but it was very freeing for a lot of people, but it was also too free for some people. And we'll talk about that in the coming weeks. So WW My Way Blue, that's the plan that I think is the most like freestyle. It has a minimum of 24 points daily. So it has a minimum, and it's going to depend on your age, your weight, things like that as to how many points you get. But it's a minimum of 24 points every day. And there are over 200 0-point foods on that plan. The second plan is WW My Way Green. And green is the plan that I think it's identical to Smart Points Beyond the Scale. So Smart Points Beyond the Scale was when we first started, when they changed how the points were calculated. So I've been doing this long enough that I did fat and fiber, where we just calculated how much fat and how much fiber we had. I have not been doing this long enough to have had to do the mandatory tuna so many times a week and a limit on eggs and things like that. So I never had to do that, but we did the fat and fiber. I've done different versions of points. I've done points plus, just regular points, points plus, smart points, freestyle, blah, 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 all those. So Smart Points Beyond the Scale, I think, is identical to the green plan. And it has a minimum of 30 daily points, which sounds like a lot of points, but you only have about 100 0-point foods. So, we're going to talk about that in an upcoming, do you need more points but less 0-point foods? So we're going to talk about that in an upcoming chat. The third one is WW My Way Purple. And purple, I am confident, is a simpler version of Simply Filling. Simply Filling did not work for me, period. It didn't work for me at all. I love purple. So we're going to talk about purple in an upcoming chat, but purple, I feel like, is a simpler, it's a simpler, I think it's an easier to stay in control. Maybe we should say that version of Simply Filling. You get a minimum of 16 daily points. And again, the daily points are dependent upon your sex, age, weight. So you got some factors there, but it's a minimum of 16. So you're never going to get less than 16 to start with. And over 300 0-point foods, over 300 0-point foods. Okay. So for those of you that are thinking that's it, those are the only plans. Okay. The next two are not official WW plans. They're not official WW names. They are not officially licensed by WW. But Kelly says there are 2 more plans. So plan number 4 is I just call it intentional maintenance. So that was a WW topic. It has been a WW topic several times over the years. You can go back to previous chats, and if Jessica can find them when she types up the notes tomorrow, or if I find them for her, then we'll go ahead and post which chats those are. But I say number 4 is intentional maintenance. And intentional maintenance, again, that's not an official WW name, and it's not an official WW plan, but I say, just me, that it is another plan. And I think some of you all will agree with me. So whether you need to be on maintenance because you have reached a goal, or if you need to be on maintenance because life, intentional maintenance is a thing. And then number 5 is called, and we're going to talk about intentional maintenance. We're going to talk about number 4 and number 5. That's what we're going to spend the rest of tonight talking about. But number 5, I call it 2 on, 1 off. And this is definitely not a WW sanctioned plan or name or anything else, but I call it 2 on, 1 off. And it's my backup plan for times when you need just to hold on. You just have to hold on for dear life, or you're in a situation where there's not a lot I can control, so I'm just gonna try to control what I can. So we're going to talk about numbers 4 and 5 tonight, because that's where I'm at this next couple of weeks while we're on Bow Watch 2021. And we're going to pick up the other 3 over the next, hopefully, 3 weeks as Bo cooperates. So again, the only time I would miss a Sunday, and Take says she remembers that chat. She calls it plateau. Well, it's to be an intentional plateau. So we're going to talk about that here in just a second. But if Bo cooperates and does not come on a Sunday, We'll likely have chats the next 3 weeks, but anyway, we'll just keep this in mind. Okay, so numbers 4 and 5 are what we're going to talk about tonight, and then we will try to talk about 1, 2, and 3 over the next 3 weeks. So number 4 is the one that I call intentional maintenance. So intentional maintenance might be that you've reached a goal. So when you have reached your goal, so when you've been doing WW for whatever length of time, and there is no right or wrong length of time to take to get to goal. It took me 20 years to get to goal. Okay. I could have been at goal earlier than that. I wasn't mentally, emotionally, whatever prepared, to get there. So it took me 20 years to finally get myself in gear, get my rear in gear, and get to goal. But when you get there, then WW is going to suggest a number of points over your daily, and your leader will go over that if you go to a physical workshop. If you don't, if you're digital only, there's going to be instructions on how to do that. So when you get to your goal weight, you're going to go on what is called intentional maintenance, and that means you are trying to maintain your weight. That does not mean that if your goal weight is 152, that you have to be at 152 every week. That's not what that means. Intentional maintenance means that you understand you are intentionally maintaining this weight, and you might go 153, 149, 150, 151, 150. It's going to go like this. So intentional maintenance is like this. It's not a straight line, but it's a much smaller variation than what we've been doing. So over the 20 years before I got to goal, I was doing this. Wee, wow, woo. My roller coaster was going like that. So, I would lose a lot of weight real fast, and then I'd peter out, and then I'd come up, that click, 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 Yeah, so I did that a lot over the 20 years. So intentional maintenance, you're going to go like this, kind of flatten that curve. So a couple of things that you can do to go on intentional maintenance. One is WW can help you with the number of points. If you need to be on intentional maintenance for other reasons though, like me, I don't want to let this short-term, potentially away from home, whatever situation, I don't want to let this blow the 11-something pounds that I've lost recently since we've been back to in person. So I'm going to put myself in, whenever the day comes. I'm not going to do it today. I'm not going to get excited and, jump the gun. But whenever this day is, I'm going to put myself on temporary intentional maintenance. So it's not intentional maintenance because, and Kathy's at the top of that. She's at the top of the hill of the roller coaster. So Kathy, we're going to get to where we can go on down the other side. But, so for now, I'm going to put myself on intentional maintenance. And if you don't know this, if you don't know how to do this, take your app, and I won't be able to see what y'all are saying for just a second, but go to your WW app, and you can go on your phone, you can go on a tablet, or you can go on the computer. And when you get there, touch the icon that is you. It's whatever picture you put on there. And when you get to that icon, there should be a gear, and I don't know what it looks like on an Android, but when you touch that gear, all of these settings should come up. And there are settings of food settings, water settings, activity and sleep, weight settings, connect settings, connect settings, notification settings, Siri shortcuts, and Touch ID. That's what's on mine because it's an iPhone. So if you go to the top one that says food settings, and if an Android is different, I apologize if that's not the top one, but that's where you did all of your original point setup. So you told it what food plan you wanted to be on, and it told you what your daily target and your weekly target was, again, based on your sex, age, and current weight. You can tell it whether you want rollovers on or off, and rollovers means like if you have points left at the day, if you want them to roll over to the next day, or if you want that off. And if you're going to swap out activity points, you can either turn that on or off. And then it wants to know if you're breastfeeding. I'm 54, I'm not breastfeeding. Okay. But if you've never noticed this before, and you probably did this the first time, but I don't know if you did it ever since then, but if you want to put yourself on intentional maintenance, you're going to go to where it says current focus. So right now mine says weight loss and healthy habits. Okay, current focus, you have two choices. Weight loss and healthy habits, and healthy habits. Let me breathe for a second. I feel like I've been talking really fast. Okay, if you choose weight loss and healthy habits, then it's going to calculate your points to trying and help you to lose weight while encouraging some healthy habits. So I'm on purple right now. So while I have it on Weight Loss and Healthy Habits on purple, it has automatically calculated my daily target at 16 and my weekly target at 35. So let me tell you what it does for the other colors. If you are on green, it is going to give you 30 daily, is going to be your daily target, and 35 for your weekly. And if you are on blue, and I'm just showing you how fast you can change this. If you need to switch and see what another plan is, then you can switch back and forth easily. So if you were on blue, it's going to be 23 is the minimum, and then 35. It made 35 for my weekly. Okay, so that's for weight loss and healthy habits. But if I switch it to just healthy habits, which basically is maintenance, then it has added, on blue, it added 5 points per day. So it added 5 to my daily points. Let's see what it does on the others. On green, I already know the answer, but we're going to do the math just to show. This is green. It is going to add 6 to my daily, and then purple, which is actually where I'm at. So on purple, and this is what I'm going to be doing as soon as Bo arrives, just for about a week or two, just because I know, even if everything's great, it's still going to be a little bit crazy. So it added 4. So on purple, it added 4 to my daily target. Okay, so again, you can do this for a number of reasons. So you might just need a break. Life might just be insane, and you just need to, just remain calm. And yes, Leslie's exactly right. The weeklies will depend on your age, your height, your weight, and your gender. This was for me. So I'm 54, I'm 5'5". My current weight is, and my gender is female. But she is exactly right. It is going to be, it's going to be different based on that. But it automatically adds in some extra points so that you can just go, take a breather, grab some extra points if you need to. You can also, even if you need just an extra break, like, I don't know, depending on what day of the week that Bo is born on and what the situation is, I might not be able to stay on purple, even setting my points a little bit higher. I might need to switch colors. We're going to talk about the differences between blue, green, and purple over hopefully the next 3 weeks, so that you can decide which one of those is right for you. But I'm just saying, intentional maintenance, it's not a bad thing. We use intentional maintenance when we have times like this. When my parents were in and out of the hospital so much, I used intentional maintenance because I couldn't deal with it. Let me get back to you all on Facebook so I can see what you're talking about. But sometimes I needed to, when they were in and out of the hospital so much, I needed to do intentional maintenance a few times, because if I was caring for them, I would have gone crazy if I had tried to stick to my weight loss points instead of just attempting to maintain my weight. Okay, number 5. Well, do y'all have any questions about intentional maintenance? Because we still have 11 minutes. Somehow I have kept us at 11 minutes. I don't know. My time management has been awesome tonight. I think it's because we're not cooking. Sorry about that. Okay, so intentional maintenance. You're going to go on it once you hit goal, and you will eventually get there. Might take 6 months, might take 20 years. I don't know. But you're going to go on intentional maintenance then, or you can go on intentional maintenance if you need a break. Okay, and that's all. Okay, Andrea had no idea. That is why we meet every Sunday night. And Andrea, that makes me so happy. It doesn't make me happy that you didn't know, but it makes me so happy. And Heidi, thank you. So Heidi says, this is very helpful. Thank you. This makes me so happy, because these are things that it took me 20 to 25 years to figure out. Okay. So it makes me so happy when I know just a little bit of something that can help somebody else. If we had a way to chat about these things. So for 20 years, Karen and I had Gwen, we had each other, and then once a week we had a handful of other people, and that's it. That's all we had. That's why I love sharing with you all on Sunday nights. I love seeing what you all do. I love getting recipes from other WWers because, we can't figure all this out by ourselves. And I love that we have so many digital ways to keep up with each other. It is so fantastic. So thank you all for letting me know that those were helpful. Okay. So intentional weight loss, intentional maintenance, it's not a bad thing. It can be a good thing. It can be a lifesaver sometimes. Okay. Then the last one, number 5, and again, we're going to talk about blue, green, and purple, 1, 2, and 3. So the only official WW plans, blue, green, and purple, we're going to talk about those over the next 3 weeks as Bo cooperates. So we're going to talk about those. But the last one, the last unofficial one that I want to talk about tonight. So 4 and 5, we were talking about tonight. So 5, the 5th WW plan, which is an unofficial one, I call 2 on and 1 off. And thank you, Evie. Yeah, Evie says this is thumbs up, great. So I call it 2 on and 1 off. And y'all have probably heard me blab that, at times. But when you're having moments like these, if we don't know what the schedule is going to be. Friday could have either been go time, but it was no time. We didn't know. We didn't know what was going to happen. Sick parents, schedules and, job changes, sick, I already said sick parents. Let me think of something else. Quarantine, having to be quarantined. We've had more people at work this year, more people in the last couple of months. And thank you, Marianne. Marianne says this is very helpful. Thank you, or so helpful. Thank you. We've had more people have to quarantine from being exposed this in the last few months than we have all of last year. Talk about a sudden schedule change. And thank you, Liz. Liz says 2 on 1 off is a really good idea. Thank you. We've had crazy schedule changes because you don't know. If somebody's kid, if the school calls and says, "Hey, your children were exposed to COVID. We need your entire family to quarantine until your tests come back." What are you supposed to do with that? You have to quarantine. So talk about a sudden schedule change. But anyway, so 2 on 1 off for times like that. Or I use 2 on 1 off when we go on vacation. So when we go to Disney, I try to do 2 on 2 plan and 1 off. So by 2 on 1 off, what I mean is 2 meals on plan, 1 meal off plan. And you know what? You just don't worry about it. So you can count it or not, whatever you want to do. And Kathy says working from home has been good and bad. Yeah, I totally understand. Yep, and thank you, Joanna. So 2 on plan and 1 off plan. Now, I understand there might be meals in between there, but I'm just talking about the basics, the basic 3 meals a day. So try to eat 2 meals a day that are on plan. So on plan means a lot of 0-point foods, lower point foods, real food. So if you're going to do 2 on, 1 off, like I'll probably have to do and be on intentional maintenance, at least for that first few days after Bo is born. Because I don't know if I've mentioned this 150 times, but I'm number 2 on the depth chart for going to the hospital. And I'm super excited about it. So for that first few days, it's probably going to be a 2 on, 1 off situation. But when I say 2 on, I don't mean... Well, I do mean this. I mean 2 meals that are on plan, preferably real food. So by real food, I mean fruits and vegetables, chicken breasts, eggs, real food. So try to eat some lower point, real food, filling food. Don't just eat carrots and grapes for 2 meals, okay? Don't just eat a banana for breakfast and an apple for lunch. Try to still fill yourself up. And it doesn't have to be 0-point foods. I mean, it could be like one of my favorite meals, one of my favorite on-plan meals, even, when we're on vacation, is string cheese and an apple. The string cheese fills me up. The apple makes me happy, and it's crunchy, and it's easy to, transport. So when you do the 2 on, 1 off, try to make the 2 meals that are going to be on plan point friendly, so lower points, and things that are going to fill you up. So again, not just carrots or grapes or something like that. Try to make it some combo things that are going to fill you up. And protein's extremely important when you're trying to fill up those other 2 meals before you do the 1 off. Then the 1 off, don't go crazy. So when I say 1 off, I don't mean go to the buffet and eat until you pass out. Because I've been there and I've done that, okay? There is nothing more upsetting than eating 2 meals on plan and then getting to the 3rd meal and eating like you're never going to get to eat again, okay? That's not what I mean. Enjoy the food, take your time, maybe eat a little more than you would, but don't don't take this as an opportunity to make yourself sick. So I've done weight loss plans over the years where one of them was called Physicians Weight Loss, and that was like in the 1980s, I think. And it was basically like a super strict boot camp, concentration camp, really, version, I think, of keto. I really think that it was, but they were so strict that, I mean, I did not vary. I did not stray from this thing for what, 5 days a week, 6 days a week. And then on the fifth day of the week, so on Friday, when it was time for them to check my ketosis, after that, I went crazy. So don't be so strict with your two on that you go crazy at your one off. Okay, so real food, protein, pack it with some vegetables. So hashtag bulk it up. And I need to bring my hashtag bulk it up sign here because that's still at home. But hashtag bulk it up. So 2 meals on plan. Don't make it things that are going to make you miserable. Don't make it things that you're going to hate. Again, string cheese and an apple is a perfect one on the plan. Lots of veggies and a little bit of light chicken salad. Who was it that had a good chicken salad recipe the other day? Pound Dropper, maybe? Don't remember. It was either Pound Dropper or Skinny Taste. Does anybody remember? It was on, I saw it on Instagram. Or some roasted vegetables. It's getting ready to be cooler outside. Like, we're going to have temperatures in the 70s this week. I know that's not cooler, but it's cooler for us. Temperatures in the 70s this week. 0 Point taco soup. I mean, how exciting would that be to have 2 on and one of them be 0 Point taco soup or some cabbage soup or something like that. Some roasted vegetables to fill you up with a little bit of protein, and then you're 1 off. Okay, so numbers 4 and 5. Number 4 is intentional maintenance. Again, not an official WW thing, but it kind of is, because when you hit goal, they're going to put you on intentional maintenance. So intentional maintenance is when you set your points up a little bit, and you're just trying to maintain. So you're trying to get that roller coaster evened out like this. You're trying to keep from going woo, 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 like that. So intentional maintenance is just to kind of do this. So, and it's okay if you put yourself on intentional maintenance. It's okay if you gain a little, lose a little, stay the same, stay the same, stay the same, lose a little, gain a little. That's okay. Intentional maintenance is a little tiny, a little tiny river like this. It's not even a river. It's a little paddling brook, whatever. Okay. Or 2 on 1 off, and 2 on 1 off is 2 meals on plan, 1 meal off of plan. But again, don't go crazy. That's a whole nother chat. The going crazy on the 1 off is a whole nother chat. Don't do that to yourself. Okay, so my time management was so good that we are going to end with just a couple of minutes to spare, and that is a-okay with me, and I know it's a-okay with you. But I hope y'all have some great ideas for your maintenance, for your intentional maintenance. I hope you have some even better ideas for your 2 on 1 off, because those days are going to come. They're just going to come. They're going to happen. And please don't forget to do your homework, because Casey works really, really hard on those badges, even when she's just about to have a baby. And let me think. Seems like I was going to tell you one more thing. Oh, and over the next 3 weeks, we are going to talk about blue, green, and purple. So don't give up. If you were waiting to find out which plan is right for you, whether it's blue, green, or purple, don't give up, because we are going to talk about that, hopefully, fingers crossed, over the next 3 weeks. So everybody keep Casey in your prayers. They're doing great. Melissa's super excited. She's got her double stroller all put together now, and she has practiced in it. So she is ready for baby sister to be here whenever baby sister is ready to arrive. But if you are watching this on YouTube, please go ahead and let the next video roll over. If you are not already subscribed, please subscribe. Our numbers are like plummeting, and I don't know why. I have no idea why. But please go ahead and subscribe. Invite some people to subscribe if they don't have a meeting to go to, if they don't have a workshop to go to, or they just need a little extra help. Please invite them to subscribe. You can click that button down there, and our Spreadshirt is over here. So I hope y'all have an amazing and wonderful week, and I'll let y'all know how it goes. You all will be like second and third to know after family when anything happens. But y'all have a great and blessed week, and we will see you next time. Good night.